Right now at 6, the suspected Venezuelan gang member accused of sexual assault appears in Crawford County Court.
And new changes for candy distribution at Oktoberfest parades.
Watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Ken Kozarowski.
And I'm Emily Brown.
It is an alert day, so we're going to start off our 6 o'clock show by sending it right to our First Warn Weather Center and Chief Meteorologist Greg Barnhart.
Yeah, we still had some severe thunderstorm warnings already, and we've had one right now, and it's going to actually increase. So basically, on and off showers and thunderstorms will continue through 10 p.m. Some of these could be severe. There actually is a severe thunderstorm watch. Right now, it's hail, but also damaging winds. We've seen some reports of this right now. If you look at the warnings right now, we still have one right there. That one is still the severe thunderstorm warning that was just issued. That is out until, let me see, moving at 35 miles per hour out until 6:45 p.m. That is for hail production. We had some hail sizes ping pong with that initially, although it has weakened somewhat other than that. Otherwise, we've had a severe thunderstorms coming through the La Crosse area here early, but overall that activity has kind of decreased. As you see, the winds kind of came through here. So we had a brief gust of wind, but that's really the storm right there we're watching. You can see the hail track was much bigger. It has kind of tailed off a little bit, but still there is that potential to see probably up to 1 inch at least hail with that thunderstorm as it begins to get just north of Decorah, and there will be more activity. So far, Eau Claire is looking good. Everything's to the south and west, and south of La Crosse has been okay so far, but we will see activity increase. Now, the good news is once we get past today, the Apple Fest has a couple good days. Unfortunately, we're going to have maybe a so-so day as we go out till Sunday, which rain could come back in the forecast. So we'll kind of time out the storms, but also show you what I mean by cloudy and more rainy, probably potentially for Sunday.
Because we got that King Apple Parade on that.
That's right.
All right. Thank you, Greg.
The suspected Venezuelan gang member arrested for domestic battery in Prairie du Chien is in court. 26-year-old Alejandro Jose Coronel Zarate faces 6 counts, including second-degree sexual assault, child abuse, strangulation, and battery. According to the criminal complaint, Coronel Zarate sexually assaulted a woman he'd was living with several times. The next day, the woman told police that he choked her and shoved her daughter by the hair, causing a head injury. Authorities found fake immigration documents on him when they arrested him, and they believe he has ties to the transnational gang Tren de Aragua. He is held on a $10,000 cash bond.
An Eau Claire business owner accused of sexual assault and taking inappropriate pictures of his clients has taken a plea deal. 40-year-old Christopher Devlin pleads no contest to 2 felony counts of capturing an intimate representation and felony bail jumping. His remaining charges are dismissed. Multiple victims reported Devlin sexually assaulted or took inappropriate pictures of them while completing cosmetic procedures at his Eau Claire business, Renew Aesthetics. Devlin is placed on 3 years probation. He is banned from performing any cosmetic work. If he violates probation, he could be sentenced to around 4 months in jail.
St. Mark Lutheran School is thanking those who helped after yesterday's wagon accident that sent 25 people, including children, to the hospital. It happened during a field trip to Bushel and a Peck apple orchard in Lafayette when a tractor-pulled wagon overturned. In a Facebook post today, the school's principal praised quick-acting staff and chaperones, saying they, quote, jumped in immediately to assist the injured. He also noted the Chippewa County Sheriff's Department commended their response.
Last week, GET School Board voted to expand a program to combat the area's ongoing child care crisis.
News 8 Now's Allison Fergott met with school district officials today and has this story. Allison.
Ken and Emily, all day 4K is coming to the GET school district for the next school year. Officials at the district say it's a long time coming and the right thing for the community.
This makes a difference, long-term difference in the outcomes for the kids who come to our school.
In a unanimous vote, the GET School Board is expanding the district's 4K program to be all day.
We know the research shows that most of that brain development happens in those first few years. So the sooner we can get in there and working with the parents and working with the kids really makes a difference in the long-term outcomes that the children end up with.
District officials have been hoping for years to make this happen, especially after family feedback.
When we did our strategic planning a couple of years back, it was loud and clear that this was a community need. And so this, again, is just a first step to responding to what our community told us that they would really like to see in our schools.
Because for many GET families, finding childcare is a challenge.
We are in a childcare desert. If you are a young family and you have little kids, trying to find affordable daycare, trying to find any daycare is challenging enough.
And All Day 4K provides another option for the district's families. And while GET currently has a half-day 4K program, it's not helping families with their childcare costs.
Their child would come to 4K for half a day, but they'd still have to pay for a whole day slot. And when we would talk to parents, a lot of them talked about, we just need an all-day place for our kids.
The vote to expand to All Day 4K comes after the district recently opened up a Head Start program.
The more we can do, the earlier we can provide opportunities for our kids and their families, the better off our whole community will be in the future.
Now, enrollment for the All Day 4K won't start until this coming February. Ken and Emily?
Hey, Allison Ferget live in the studio. Thank you.
Well, candy distribution during Oktoberfest parades will be different under a new policy. Oktoberfest USA and La Crosse Police recommending to prohibit throwing candy during the Oktoberfest parades. The Torchlight Parade will not distribute candy or any other items, but the Maple Leaf Parade will allow items to be handed to attendees on the curb. La Crosse Police says these changes were made because of growing concerns surrounding the safety of children at the parades.
We have vehicles moving and the kids are running right out into the street in front of those moving vehicles. And for the safety of everyone involved, we want to work in partnership. So that recommendation was brought forward solely for the safety.
Oktoberfest parade season kicks off with the Torchlight Parade on the north side, September 26th.
Cancer patients in Tomah are getting some extra support thanks to a local organization. Treasured Chests of Monroe County is a nonprofit that supports women with breast cancer. Today they announced a $5,000 donation to help infusion patients at Tomah Health. Some members of the organization are survivors themselves, so they understand firsthand what patients need during treatment.
I know the fear, I know just the pain that you're going through, and if we can help somebody so we can lessen that or make their worries a little bit less by helping them in some way, that it makes me feel amazing.
The organization raises money through a couple of fundraisers yearly, the biggest being Ladies' Night Out, which raised about $25,000 this year.
The Horizon at Hillview Nursing Home is getting a renovation.
Why it's eliminating relocation stress, coming up.
Their Bidenomics led to the highest inflation in 40 years, highest gas prices ever, skyrocketing interest rates, unaffordable housing, incomes down, unemployment rising, and a recession now headed our way. Yet Kamala Harris is clueless.
We are very proud of Bidenomics. Bidenomics is working.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
At Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota, we take pride in offering furniture made in North America with exceptional quality, award-winning designs, and lasting value. Made in America means craftsmanship, means quality, means value, and it means jobs. At Drury's, you'll find only the finest brands like Canal Dover, Daniels Amish, and Cannondale. Solid wood, solid values. Plus, there's Flex Steel, Lazy Boy, Smith Brothers, and Southern Motion, all proudly made in America. They're all on sale now during the Made in America sale at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota.
I'm not old enough to vote yet, but I learned how 1 out of 6 of us will someday be raped. So please, think about me when you vote. I learned how our freedom to have an abortion was taken away, even in cases of rape or incest, even to travel to get an abortion. Please, think about me.
You know who got rid of Roe v. Wade.
Now women are being refused life-saving care at hospitals. And politicians are trying to ban birth control. Please, think about me. My parents call me their miracle daughter because I was born with IVF. But IVF could be banned too.
Do they think we're less than human?
Do they think we can't make decisions about our own bodies? About our own lives? When you vote, please think about me. And me.
And me.
Because the politician who got rid of Roe v. Wade, he couldn't care less.
It's Ford SUV season in the Northland. Time for great offers across the entire lineup, including Ford Explorer, America's all-time best-selling SUV. Get ready for the coming season with weather-ready features that make life easier, like heated seating, a heated steering wheel, and remote start. Amazing offers on your favorite Ford SUVs. This is Ford SUV season. Get 2.9% financing for 66 months plus $2,000 flex by cash plus a free limited maintenance plan on Explorer. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
I'm Tammy Baldwin. I approve this message.
We found out our baby had severe fetal abnormalities and that my life was at risk. But Wisconsin Republicans' extreme abortion ban forced us to leave the state to get the care that I needed. It was a nightmare. Eric Hovde pushed to end Roe v. Wade. And in the Senate, Hovde would give Mitch McConnell the majority to ban abortion nationwide. No exceptions for rape, incest, or the health of women like me. What is wrong with these guys?
$20 million worth of changes are on the way to La Crosse's Hillview Nursing Home.
News 8 Now's Michael Germain joins us live in the studio with more with what's in store.
Ken and Emily, Hillview officials say the changes coming will focus on enhancing short-term rehabilitation and end-of-life care services. Now, the La Crosse County Board authorized $19.6 million in funding for the project, which includes an adult day center, supportive housing, and a child day center. Now, construction on the project began last week, focusing on the east side of the building. And although it's an exciting time for the facility, it is disrupting the lifestyles of some residents.
We have one hallway of our building that will be our transitional hallway. So residents that are living on a hallway that's going to be renoed, they will be relocated to the transitional hallway temporarily for about 40 days.
Kramer adds that they are doing everything possible to ensure changes are as smooth as possible while eliminating relocation stress. Now, as for the remodel, the goal is to complete the entire project by December of 2025. And for the CBRF facility, they aim to have everything finalized and fully operational by September of 2025. Ken and Emily, back to you.
Okay, thank you, Michael.
Well, the Coulee Region and Senior Volunteer Program is celebrating 51 years. Today, the Coulee Region RSVP hosted its annual volunteer recognition event at the Moose Lodge in La Crosse. The event awards about 60 of its members, Sandra Hoser receiving a 4,000-hour award, Marty Clark receiving a 10,000-hour award.
The organization helps individuals 55 and older volunteer in their community. The Coulee Region RSVP is looking to fill some spots for drivers, and if you're interested, we'll have that link on our digital platforms.
Well, we've got more news ahead.
But first,
we got a stormy evening, in fact, but the good news is your Friday's actually looking warm and dry, and that may extend into the first part of the weekend. But we also got some rain chances for the weekend. We'll all break that down coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
COVID-19 cases are on the rise. Get the updated COVID-19 vaccine at Hy-Vee. Schedule online today or just stop by any Hy-Vee pharmacy. No appointment necessary. Plus, get your flu shot and earn a 20-cent fuel saver. Only at Hy-Vee.
This ad is a complete lie. The truth is, Tammy Baldwin's never shared inside information with her partner. And Tammy Baldwin's leading the fight to ban senators from purchasing any individual stocks. It's Eric Hovde, who owns a $3 billion California bank. And Hovde's bank takes millions from unknown foreign interests, meaning we'd have no idea who Eric Hovde would really be working for. Eric Hovde, what's wrong with this guy?
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
Lane's Farm and Fleet's Fall Tool Sale is going on now. Shop our unbeatable selection and prices on great brands to help you tackle fall projects. Like $100 off these DeWalt tool batteries, now just $39. This Milwaukee brushless grinder with paddle switch, only $119. All GE light bulbs are on sale, 20% off. And maintain vehicles and equipment with 14-ounce tubes of Blaine's brand multi-purpose grease, just $189 for rewards members.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
If you want selection, then that's what we've got at King Furniture. More recliners. King Furniture has more Lazy Boy recliners than anywhere else in the Coulee region. Fabric, leather, even lift chairs. Try them all. sit on this, sit on that. There's plenty here to choose from because it's all about choices, you know. And as always, free delivery. Just try that anywhere else.
King Furniture.
Nice people, nice furniture.
The liberal elite in Washington are running one of their own here in Wisconsin. A political insider who worked to elect liberals in California even supported a dark money group focused on defunding the police. Her name, Rebecca Cook, political operative bankrolled by the liberal elite. They handpicked her to help win back the House, trusted to elect liberal heroes like Mandela Barnes. They trust her because Rebecca Cook is one of them.
I'm Derek Van Orden, and I approve this message.
COVID-19 cases are on the rise. Get the updated COVID-19 vaccine at Hy-Vee. Schedule online today, or just stop by any Hy-Vee pharmacy. No appointment necessary. Plus, get your flu shot and earn a 20-cent fuel saver. Only at Hy-Vee.
Yeah, we got the severe weather right now, but we have some changes for the weekend too that are going to make some people a little bit more happy than less rain chances than we initially thought earlier this week. But we do have the severe potential this evening. Through about 10 p.m. on and off showers and thunderstorms will come through. Once we get past 10 p.m., really the severe threat ends, and a lot of the showers and thunderstorm threat really ends too. But we do have damaging winds and hails, the main thing that we're keeping an eye on. There's that severe thunderstorm watch out. This is the pink box behind it. That's till 10 p.m. Up to the north, they actually got a tornado watch out too. So right now, a lot of this is just general thunderstorms that have pushed through Winona up to Black River Falls. The only severe thunderstorm warning that's approaching the area is the one just northwest of Decorah, and we have one further west of Rochester. A lot of these have produced some decent sized hail, 1 to 2 potentially inches. Not a lot of wind reports quite yet, but that could be something we'll keep an eye on. Otherwise, we kind of zoom in. That's the one right now that initially had some ping pong size hail. You can see the hail track there was 2 to 3 inches. It's kind of tailed off a little bit, but there's still that hail threat, and that's the one that's getting close to Fillmore County right there. So that's the one that's really the closest to being severe, and you can see it right there. Continues, as you see, there was more purple, and now it's kind of weakened just a little bit, but still it's moving up to the northeast at about 35 miles per hour. Big picture shows, so I think we'll see a line developing or several lines developing between about 7 to 8 p.m. Up to the north to Eau Claire, it's going to be hit and miss showers and thunderstorms, so I think the threat is there, but it's a little bit less likely as you go up there. Further south, that line will come through, and I think by the time we get to about 8 p.m., a lot of the areas on the backside of Black River Falls, Winona will be beyond that and be pretty much done for the most part for the evening. It'll be then areas to the south and east. They'll continue to see this line, which right now has to produce the damaging wind as it begins to kind of push a little bit faster to the east. By the time we get to about 9 to 10, everything really is now south of La Crosse and now well east of Eau Claire. In fact, you got some clearing skies too. So most of the night after 10 p.m. for a lot of this area will be fairly quiet. The only thing we'll have to keep an eye on is South La Crosse continuing to about 11 p.m. and then Vernon, Crawford, Richland County, they should be out of the works there. The rest of the night is going to be quiet with maybe some potential for some fog development. As you can see, some of this is low clouds or either fog. That could be something for the morning commute to keep a note of. We'll see if it becomes dense, but I definitely think there will be patches of it, especially in southwest Wisconsin, northeast Iowa, and then northeast of Eau Claire too. Now that will burn off, but it'll probably take to about 7 to 8 a.m. to see clearing skies. The rest of Friday looks fairly quiet. We're going to see temperatures then climb back up into the 80s. No issues to speak of for the evening activities, including Friday night football. There's your temperatures. So still 80s, upper 70s, well above average. It will be another warm day. In fact, if we go to Saturday, this warm front's going to be coming through. So that's going to keep our temperatures going up to the mid 80s, maybe some upper 80s. But we'll have to keep an eye on Saturday evening as this front comes through. That could produce a line of showers and thunderstorms Saturday night, Saturday evening into Saturday night. Then there's a lot of question marks going into Sunday and what this low down here wants to do. A lot of it tracks further south. That'll keep the rain chances much south of La Crosse and maybe actually some sun going into Sunday. If it does track further north, that means more rain and cloud cover for Sunday. So there's still a lot of question marks going into Sunday. And you can see on that, on the 8-day forecast, that 50% of chance of rain is really probably south La Crosse. Areas up to the north may see no rain at all and maybe some sun on Sunday too. So we'll keep an eye on that. Otherwise, Saturday for at least a good half looks good. And then next week, our temperatures do kind of die back down to the 70s where we should be at this point of year. And towards the end, as you saw, Oktoberfest so far, mild,
Looks
and
nice.
quiet so far.
All right, that'll feel nice and pleasant.
Yes.
All right, Greg, thanks very much. Coming up next in sports, the Eagles getting ready for a big test this weekend against a D2 powerhouse. Plus the Twins hoping to delay the Guardians' playoff berth celebration. Jacob's got all that and more next.
Proper installation of your new windows make a difference. The team at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions are factory trained to make sure your windows are installed to last. Call or stop into the showroom for your free estimate.
Their Bidenomics led to the highest inflation in 40 years, highest gas prices ever, skyrocketing interest rates, unaffordable housing, incomes down, unemployment rising, and a recession now headed our way. Yet Kamala Harris is clueless.
We are very proud of Bidenomics. Bidenomics is working.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Thousands of our heroes face the difficult choice between keeping their heat and power on or facing homelessness. 21,000 Wisconsin veterans are living below the poverty line. Wisconsin loses 3 veterans to suicide every week. Together, our mission is to provide all struggling Wisconsin veterans with a critical survival safety net. You can make a real difference by providing a donation to the Wisconsin Heat and Housing for Heroes initiative.
When you want to make your home a warmer, more welcoming place, it's hard to beat the feel of a fire. Transform your home with a Heat and Glow gas insert from La Crosse Fireplace Company. Enjoy all the coziness with none of the hassle. No cleanup, no drafts, and low maintenance. Just efficient and reliable warmth made easy. Your new Heat and Glow fireplace can be installed in just a day, right inside your outdated wood fireplace. La Crosse Fireplace Company, because your place is by the fire.
Democrats say everything's great, but when you're on a fixed income struggling to pay for gas, groceries, or medicine, it doesn't feel great.
Biden Harris created this mess.
And Tammy Baldwin's been right there with them.
25 years in Washington. What's she done?
Raised taxes.
Added trillions in new debt.
And gave stimulus checks to illegals.
I'm Eric Hovde. I approve this message.
I'd like a stimulus check.
I'd like you to take out the trash.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports.
Well, after defeating Northern Michigan last Saturday, the UW La Crosse football team is preparing for a major challenge this weekend, visiting the #2 team in Division II, Grand Valley State. The Eagles have yet to defeat the Lakers, as these two teams have matched up twice historically, most recently back in 2021 when GVSU won by 21, and it's the final non-conference game before WEAC play begins on October 5th against UW Platteville. UWL has been great against foes outside of their conference, going 18-4 over the last 8 seasons, but this is no ordinary D2 opponent. There will be some serious talent on display.
They're not a Division II school. That's an FCS Division I school. There's gonna be guys on that team that are playing at Michigan, Michigan State, and the MAC schools. Like that's not a Division II program. And but that's what we want. We want to be challenged. We want to see the size and the physicality.
Grand Valley State is averaging 41 points per game while allowing just a little over 10 through their 2 games so far. Kickoff for that one scheduled for 6 p.m. Saturday. Earlier this week, some educators in Minnesota got to do some back-to-school shopping with some unlikely guests. A handful of Minnesota Vikings players accompanied some teachers in Roseville as they picked out $500 worth of supplies going towards schools with students from low-income families or students with special needs. Some of the players taking part included quarterback Sam Darnold, offensive lineman Dalton Reisner, and running backs Ty Chandler and Aaron Jones. And earlier today, the Twins were hoping to make the Guardians wait another day to celebrate a playoff berth. In the 5th, Manuel Margot rips one to the gap, and Willie Castro is going to come around to tie the game up at 1. But fast forward to the 10th is Andres Jimenez up with runners on 1st and 2nd. That ball is scorched to right field, and Jose Ramirez is going to score to give Cleveland the win and punch their ticket to the postseason. More bottles of champagne popped, and there'll be many more over the next few weeks. Minnesota now tied with Detroit for the last wild card spot. And back to football here, guys. We got the results behind us here from these first 2 weeks of the Pick'em. It's not looking good for me, but Emily is doing a great job. This is my week, though.
Yeah, less than 50% over
I'm
there,
going
my
16
friend.
for 16 this week. You It's coming. It's coming.
We're all going for the Jets tonight, actually. So
Yes.
it's either a win or lose for all of
Okay,
us.
so all right, so maybe we'll all get off to a good start.
Yeah,
And then Sunday.
that'd be good.
Yeah. So get your picks in if you haven't done that yet. Game starts a little after 7. So get to the website news8000.com/sports.
Yep, nice and easy to do.
Yep.
And again, you can see how our picks compare to yours.
Yep.
All right.
Probably better
Lots
than
of
mine.
fun stuff.
Thanks, Jacob.
Thanks, guys.
We'll have another look at your forecast right after this.
Ashley knows that some of our most important traditions and memories start around the dining table. From cozy breakfast nooks to formal dining areas, we have versatile options that fit any space. With styles ranging from mid-century modern to farmhouse or traditional, starting at just $499.99. Only at Ashley.
He told us who he was.
Should abortion be punished? There has to be some form of punishment.
Then he showed us.
For 54 years, they were trying to get Roe v. Wade terminated, and I did it, and I'm proud to have done it.
Now Donald Trump wants to go further with plans to restrict birth control, ban abortion nationwide, even monitor women's pregnancies. We know who Donald Trump is. He'll take control. We'll pay the price.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
This is a hallway. Doesn't evoke much feeling. But to those facing cancer or a complex condition, it feels like relief. Because all the doctors, treatments, and technology you've been fighting to find, they're all right here, under one roof, connected by hallways instead of highways. East Park Medical Center, coming soon. UW Health, remarkable.
I don't trust Derek Van Orden to make decisions around my medical care. Everything was normal up until my ultrasound. I learned my baby would not survive. I did not have the choice to do what was right for me and my family in my home state, and that felt very deeply wrong to me. I am a conservative. I am scared for extremists like Derek Van Orden to be in office.
I'm Rebecca Cook, and I approve this message.
Looking for a better night's sleep? Ashley Sleep offers mattresses for every level of comfort, from soft, cloud-like comfort to firm next-level support. We have affordable mattress options for everybody. Find your perfect match today, only at Ashley. Shop more deals in store and online.
All right, we got the severe thunderstorm watch until 10 p.m. with those counties highlighted in pink. Otherwise, we have one severe thunderstorm in the area right there. It's pushing up to Fillmore County. That is out until 6:45. That is hail, potentially up to 1 to 2 inch. Otherwise, we'll have more activity throughout the night. The good news is Friday looks quiet and warm.
Keep it on the First Warn Weather app for any updates.
Yep, stay
over the
dry
next few
tonight,
hours.
everyone.
Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you at 10.